I just need somebody to lie here, and they're like, okay. That is the perfect time for, of course, this stream to start up.
Yeah.
Shield mode shortcut. Shield mode is a tool to customize and preset powerful safety settings that can be quickly activated to stop hateful or harassing. Oh, that's neat. I'll have to
Well, yeah,
look
they
at
just
that.
started that.
I'll have to look at that later. But thank you. That's a really cool feature. Know what else is a really cool feature? Our sponsorship with HelloFresh. Of course, yes. Anybody who is here and watching, please just make note that this is in fact a sponsored stream from HelloFresh. You can use their wonderful code. I wish it would pop up right when I need it to. Yeah, it's cycling through the thingy. There we go. POGHF 128110. 12810. Yeah, so it's 70% off for your first box, which if you're like me and you get 5 meals for 4 people, it's like $50 instead of the almost like 150 to 200. You're saving quite a lot. You're getting some good meals that you can cook yourself. By the way, Naomi, I did order us some meals for like 5 days at least, so we can have some good cooking. Not that we don't always have good cooking when you do it, but we can cook something and have good food. So there's
Well,
more than
I will eat your food.
yeah. There's going to be more than enough when it shows up. Yeah, definitely make the brunch ring so that because I wanted it. I was craving it like 2 days ago, and I'm still craving it. I needs it.
The what?
But her brunch ring.
What's a brunch ring? It sounds like
It's
something
good.
I would love.
It's so good. I don't think they have.
Shay, your mic's not on.
You have to unmute yourself when you talk, hon.
Unmuted, sorry.
Hi, brunch ring. Tell me about it. I must know.
It is made of delicious.
It is.
Yeah, I must
That's
know
true.
deeper detail.
I will show you the recipe.
I'll shoot them
Ooh.
the
Are we
recipe,
talking
and
breakfast?
they'll steal
breakfast?
it.
Are we
No,
talking
it's-
breakfast loaf good, like what I make for people? I make good breakfast.
It's a food ring. It's an all day food ring.
Yeah, you can make it any way you want, but I like to make it a certain way.
It's good. It's good and tasty and wholesome and delightful, and all those other great words used to describe it. But you know what we're going to use to describe right now? Hey, it's Waterdeep Epic Heist time. Who wants to? First of all, let me pull the away screen off. Even though we are not using cameras today. Boom. Oh, I didn't put one for myself. That's fine. There is 4 of us here. Y'all are heroes and you're playing the game. So the important thing is to tell everybody who you are and who you're playing tonight, and then give us a wonderful recap.
Well,
hello, I'm Shay. She's Faye on Twitch and Twitter, and I'm playing Rose of Baldur's Gate tonight. And I hurt.
No, you're not allowed to. I'm sorry. Air hug. So. Hello, I am the Frostwind, and I'm playing Calendria, the slowly developing Hexadin. I'm Naomi, and I am playing Begonia, a Swarlock, and yeah, I deleted my Twitter, so you can't really find me anywhere unless you're on Tumblr, and that's, oh no, that's a weird place, so.
Hello, I'm Duke93. I am playing Twist, the Druid Artificer Pixie. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Mastodon, and Tumblr at Duke93.
Great choice, Ren.
Thank you.
It works.
Damn right it does. And of course, yeah, I guess I'm Rin, the Dungeon Master. So here we are. This is us. This is the game. We're running just a little bit behind, so I'm gonna throw us right into it. Give us that recap. Go.
Last time on Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Cue epic music. We were investigating the murder of Wolfamp Gadarn, dun dun dun, and had picked up several clues, coming to discover that it was in fact a grumpy drow who was not happy with some things that Volothamp apparently said about Jarlaxle. And just to be fair, Jarlaxle's awesome.
You don't know that.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows Jarlaxle's awesome.
Nobody knows Jarlaxle.
Yeah, nobody knows him, but everybody knows he's awesome. Anyway, we chased down the culprit, and he jumped out of the building into the ether like a nerd before we even got to the scene.
I
He
mean,
killed
one of you
Pip.
was in the scene.
Bastard killed Pip.
He did kill Pip. Well, I mean, he didn't kill Pip. The explosion killed Pip.
Which he set up.
Yeah, it's debatable.
It's not.
Can you prove it? What evidence do you have in the smoldering wreckage?
The evidence we found.
Which is
Enough to want vengeance.
Yes. I do hope I do hope that nerd shows up again.
I mean, he's in the astral sea.
Yeah, he's probably dead.
Is there anything else?
You find a wizard who can do a sonic spell, you'll be fine.
After about several thousand years, and hopefully the astral dreadnought doesn't find him first.
Or he brings it back with him.
Either way, he'll die again.
Either way, anything else for the recap? Any other important, pertinent information? Things that you learned, wanted to share with the class?
That Volothamp, apparently, according to the very angry dude that murdered the absolute crap out of it, did a lot of slander. And hence why the violent end that they gave that funny mustachioed man. And then he bailed into the astral sea right before we got teleported back to normal, back to the material plane.
Yeah, that's the
Where we
important.
met the Black Staff.
That's the important information I was looking for.
He also got exploded by a hat in an oven.
They covered that already.
Oh, okay.
So the important information I was looking for was that you guys are no longer on the astral sea. We return to the scene of the Sparran Tower, one of the walking statues shaped like a hawk and a man that has landed and is tilted ever so slightly more to one side on its side. When you see the city once more, it looks as though several hours have passed here as well, and you are greeted by the sight of several Griffin riders, the town guard, as well as a woman who dismounts from the first Griffin to touch down. She is a tall, rather athletic-looking woman, despite being a wizard, but she's dressed in light-looking mithril armor, armored breastplate, with a brown coat over top, and she walks with purpose and leads her stride with a long hooked staff. And she introduced herself as Vajra Safar. They have
Saphir? Saphir?
Yeah, is it Saphir? I think we established that at the end.
It's this.
No,
it's
it's
this.
Safar.
Yeah, it's Safar.
Safar. Vajra Safar.
Vajra Safar.
She is Vajra Safar, Archmage of Waterdeep and the motherfucking Blackstaff. As she introduces herself as the Blackstaff, that title is one that doesn't escape even new residents of Waterdeep. The Blackstaff is the appointed Archmage of the city. They are responsible for maintaining the magical wards that protect the city, helping to train new wizards, and are also a top member of the Waterdeep's Mages Guild, which is called the Watchful Order of Mages and Scribes, I think it was called. Hold on. I gotta give you the accurate name. but it's the watchful order of something. Watchful. Let's find Barnabas. Barnabas Blastwind. Great name, by the way, Barnabas Blastwind. Watchful Order of Magus and Protectors. Excuse me, I was way off. So they had the Watchful Order of Magus and Protectors, and she also is rumored to have a hand with the mercenary group that operates outside of the Waterdeep's jurisdiction called the Grey Hands. But that's mostly rumor. But when she lands, she is quick to ask you all what happened. And we kind of pause there, but as it kind of rewinds, she just says, "We received a distress signal from an important individual within the Sparran Tower, a warning of sorts that their life was in danger, and then their vitals stopped. We came as quickly as we could, but we saw that the tower had disappeared before we could arrive. What the hell happened here?"
Well, Voltham Gadarm was murdered at the same time the tower was transferred into the Astral Sea for some reason. We managed to find the killer, and they promptly jumped out a window and floated through the Astral Sea before we could apprehend them.
Off the walkway, the Astral Sea.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a window.
Anything's a window if you try hard.
I mean, sure. Stefan, hello.
Hey, Stefan.
Hey, Stefan.
Yeah, so once you guys provide the information, Volothamp was killed. There was a guy who killed him, and then he jumped out a window that wasn't a window. She kind of looks at all of you and she says, "Why don't you start from the beginning and with more detail?"
I give her the full rundown after introducing myself as Rose of Baldur's Gate.
And she says, "Wow, Rose of Baldur's Gate, that was an incredibly full rundown." I'm going to actually accept it. I'm not being sarcastic. Because we did a recap. We don't need a recap for the recap. So hearing all of that, she just kind of furrows her brows and she says, "Volo." "No, that would make sense. Volo is one of our most respected chroniclers. We wouldn't want to lose him to something as nefarious as this. You said he was killed for his literary..."
It seems like he was killed. It definitely looks like his body and with the tongue cut out, but
Where's his
Gunshot
body
and
now?
stabbing.
I can show you, and I will lead her to the scene, with the hopes that this is still some trick that Volo pulled because he's Volo.
There we go. How's Frog?
Frug rolled that nat 20 on his death save.
Oh yes,
Okay.
this man, Frog, is a hero and deserves a promotion.
She says, "I have no control over his payroll, but I can certainly look into giving him accommodations with the city."
That'd be fantastic. Thank you.
And for the actual question of how Frug is doing, Frug currently has his like ceremonial armor because he's still just kind of like he's basically just a security guard for this tower. So his like parade armor has that bullet hole dent in it where it had kind of collapsed in on his chest, and his wound is just kind of like, I thought it was going to be worse than it was, but it seems like it passed clean through, and oh god, and he just kind of runs over the side and he vomits his stomach out because there was still poison damage to it, and he just empties out all of the food he had eaten during the party.
I was just gonna pat his back, say, "You did a good job."
Yep, he
And
got
just
frugged.
heals him for 9.
That's more than enough. And he's just like, "I'm just gonna sit if that's all the same to you." And he just kind of like
Yeah, good idea.
lays there as more of the like Griffin cavalry land, and guards rush into the building, and there are healers on standby and all this stuff. And Vajra says, "Take me to him."
I will lead her to the scene.
May I take my leave? I need to check on my date.
I mean, your contributions are greatly appreciated. So yes, see to your date.
Yes. I'll be up in I'll be up momentarily. I just need to. I haven't seen him since the whole ordeal started. You know. I just want to make sure everything's okay. You know.
Yeah. And you go to the main foyer area where you see that Three Strings is sitting at the little fountain, and along with the other bards that are there, they have been trying to keep the crowd under control by playing some very calming music. And he just kind of looks over at you and he waves and gives a little wink as him, these two dwarven violinists, him with his three-stringed lute, and then the woman that was singing in the dance hall all kind of do their best to keep everyone calm. Heading upstairs, you find that it wasn't a cruel joke played by Volotham Kadarm. There he is, still laying, quite dead, with a tarp over his body, a small blood stain where his tongue had been cut out, and another blood stain where he had been shot and slashed. He is still quite dead. Vajra looks very disappointed, shakes her head, and she says, "Well, it's a good thing we have people who can fix this sort of thing."
There's that, I suppose.
Volo's a very important individual. We can't just let him be murdered all willy-nilly.
I regret we were not able to grab the attacker.
Well, the description you gave us, and she kind of looks over the notes again, looks over to you, and she says, Drow, it does narrow down our suspect list quite a bit. There's been a large intake of Drow citizens within the city within late, so we'll do our due diligence and dig around. They already know they're on thin ice, given their nature, so finding one that steps out of line endangers all of them, and I'm sure they'll be quick to hand over anyone who might also be involved.
This is gonna make, that's not gonna work well for their image.
Well,
Or, I guess, my image either.
they don't have much of an image to stand on, as it stands. But no, it certainly hurts their efforts if there are Drow in here committing murders.
It hurts mine too.
He says, "Nonsense, you acted heroically."
Well, I appreciate that.
And there's two guards that had accompanied you all up, and she gestures for them to grab Volotham's body, and she says, "Gently with him. He'll be up within the morrow, but he'll still be quite sore for it. Let's get him to the Temple of Ilmater." And they nod, and they say, "Oh, I know it's not much, but on behalf of the city of Waterdeep, thank you for your efforts." And she'll reach into her pocket and she'll take out a scroll, and she'll wave her hand, and a little pen will conjure itself, and she will quickly scribble something down before rolling it, conjuring a wax seal that seals it in place and hands it over. She says, "There you are."
Thank you.
Of course. I know it's not much, but I don't normally carry rewards on me like I'm some kind of simulated quest giver.
No, that would be,
Strange.
yeah.
Kind of awkward.
It's not like people stand around with giant exclamation marks over their
I
heads.
was about to say the exclamation mark over her head disappears at that moment.
It would
as
be
she
a-
breaks
it would
the
be a-
fourth wall.
It would be a question mark because the quest is completed, not started.
Who's casting prestidigitation?
Exactly. Who's doing that shit again? Anyways.
Yeah.
I don't actually have that much spell for a change.
Miss Safar, do you need anything else?
No, I think we're done here. You all are free to go unless you have any further questions.
Will we be able to visit Volothap when he awakens?
I'm certain he'll be quite happy to see you.
All right.
I tug my collar from like the other room. I'm like, no, he won't. Totally failed.
I mean, did you though?
I mean, he may come back to life.
Maybe.
Oh, are they going to be able to fix his tongue with it missing and all?
He'll be
The
back.
magic will fix that.
He'll be back to normal before you realize. Charming as
Okay.
ever.
Well, all right then. If you have any need of us, please just let us know.
Mm-hmm. And she'll gesture for them to continue. With everything said and done, you were all ushered out of the Sparent Tower, free once more to go about your business as every ordinary day citizens of Waterdeep.
I tell Three Strings, I'm like, hey, are you gonna write a song about this? If so, make me a hero, all right?
He kind of looks and smiles, and he says, "Of course, it would be very easy to write a sonnet about your particular exploits tonight."
Mm-hmm. I may be able to sing you a song too. We should get back to the yawning portal.
Quite a wonderful idea.
I need another drink anyway. My head's starting to hurt. The worst thing about drinking is once you stop, you have a few hours before your head hurts.
Yes.
I need to see if they can fix Pip.
And if you keep going, you have a limited time before your stomach hurts. I'm going to take a look at the reward.
Yeah, you open it up, and you see that it is. It largely it basically says, on behalf of the Blackstaff, Archmage of Waterdeep, the bearer of this WRIT, W-R-I-T, is entitled to compensation from the Watchful Order for deeds rendered on behalf of the Blackstaff. Summarily, 100 gold to each individual present at the time of redeeming. Limit of, and she had counted 3 of you, so she says a limit of 3.
Yeah, man.
And she
Okay,
says
I got a book. I know the other one sold for at least 50 and whatever.
Oh, man.
So
Oh,
I'll sell
wow.
my book.
Yeah,
You know, the value that's going to skyrocket with him dead.
He's
dead
coming
gold.
back
You
alive.
just
You have to sell it now
sell it
before
before he
comes back.
comes back.
I want to
You can-
go and oh no! I pull on Three Strings' arm and I say, I want to go back to my room.
So is the plan everybody's going back to the yawning portal then?
Yeah, you probably did.
I'm going to redeem my reward.
Yeah, we should probably do that first, then head to the portal.
Okay, so
We could
it
eat a
sounds
nice
like
meal
the 3 of you break off from Begonia, who is planning to get her own reward anyways.
I yell for Rascal and then cut to black, I guess.
Rascal, and then cuts to black.
Fading back in right on the.
Yeah, they fade back in right at that moment. But yeah, so city map. Gonna bring you over to the city map too. Whoop. Where is the Watchful Order of Mages located? Watchful Order of Mages and Protectors. I have a feeling I know where they are. Order of Mages and Protectors. Does it tell me here in this book?
I see Blackstaff Tower.
It's probably her tower. Like, full disclosure, I think that's where it is. I just want to make sure. Guild of Wizards and Sorcerers for the city of Waterdeep. However, technically a guild. Watchful Order function primarily as a mage academy. Watchful Order is policed. Use magic within Waterdeep, encouraging wizards. Blah, 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 blah. They are at the Tower of Order. Okay, so not the Blackstaff's Tower.
Good. Where is that?
Okay, Tower of Order is
Just
situated in the Castle Ward on the Street of Bells. Okay, Castle Ward. Castle Ward, Castle Ward. That's the Sea Ward. North Ward. Castle Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's over here somewhere. I have a lot of hidden spots too, so you may not see it either.
Gotcha.
I
I just see the
it.
Great Drunkard, the Temple of So.
So the ones with the stars are the walking towers.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
That's why the Hawkman, which also is in the Castle Ward, is listed to the south. So let's see here. What did I say it was? The Temple of Order? Tower of Order?
Tower of Order.
Tower of Order.
Tower of Order. And it was on Street of Bells. Street of Silks, Silver.
Well, here's Street
Warriors
of Bells.
Away, Street of Bells. So it's over there. Interesting. Okay, so it's not shown on the map marker, but there is a Waterdeep. There's another map with. It's over here. We'll say it's over here somewhere. But there's another bigger interactive map that I use as well. So once I find it, we'll just use that. But for now, it's over there. So you're actually not that far away. Oh, actually,
I think that like certain parts of this map, like are askew, and the rest of it's perfect.
sure.
Yeah.
I decided just for shits and giggles to look up Tower of the Order on the Forgotten Realms wiki. It says it's situated in the Castle Ward on the Street of Bells, near the middle of the block between Selda Street and Buckle Alley. So it's like here.
It's
Or on this side.
It's this building right here where I'm peeing. It's this one.
Uh-huh.
According to this bigger interactive map that I found. So it's this building here that looks like it's a testicle and a blocky penis.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, but
I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, it's not a weird thought. It's exactly what I saw too.
Love
So
that.
yeah,
It's not as obvious as the penis in Valaki.
yeah, exactly. There's a couple hidden penises in Wizards of the Coast games. Please don't cancel us, HelloFresh. We're using the scientific term, not the crude, crass terms. So the Watchful Order, stretching 4 stories tall, the Tower of the Order was fashioned from stone and surrounded by a magical fence of green, sparkling lights that coalesced into the symbols of Maestra and Azuth. A mosaic of the hand of Azuth above the tower's ingress was said to guard the tower, ready to fire spells at any would-be intruders. It is considered a spectacular guild hall in the Castle Ward. It's also heavily guarded by golems. Neat. So, you arrive, and you do in fact see that there are a pair of iron golems standing watch outside of the gates. And one of them says, "Halt, present hall pass."
I present hall pass.
You don't have a hall pass.
I present redemption code.
Redemption code accepted. Present QR code.
I flip it over and show the QR code.
They scan it really quickly, and they say, "Access granted." And the gates slide open.
Cool, let's go.
That doesn't actually happen. They just welcome you into the temp tower.
I also
you.
say, at the same moment, I also say access granted to 3 strings.
Wow, we faded to black on you, you pervert. He's always had backstage access. Ooh. Anyways, so you all enter the Tower of Order, and you are greeted by an individual who kind of walks his way in. He has a glorious beard and a nice squirrely mustache, a pair of spectacles that are tinted green. His hair is blonde, and if this were a live casting, he would be played by Jesse Cox. This is a man by the name of Barnabas Blastwind, and he walks over and he says, "Yes, good day. What can I do for you?"
We are here to redeem this, and I will present the scroll.
He takes the scroll and he turns it over in his hands. And he examines it and he says, "Yes, I see. Very well." He clicks the cane against the stone floor and he says, "Follow. I will bring you to the treasurer."
Thank you.
Nice mustache, by the way.
"Thank you. I spend quite a long time grooming it." And he reaches up with a little comb and he makes sure that both sides are pointed towards the ceiling.
He looks like he's on acid.
He might be.
Wizard stuff, it's cool.
Wizard things, you wouldn't get it as a sorcerer. And so he leads you to the treasurer, handing over the wort of commendation. He counts it out and he says, 3 to redeem for their services to the Blackstaff. And the little gnome behind the counter counts out 100 gold for each of you, places them in nice little satin satchels, closes them off with a string, and hands them over to Barnabas, who in turn hands one to each of you. And he says, "I am not sure what you did for the Blackstaff, but to be paid so highly must merit good things."
I'm happy to help. If we are needed, and I'll just get my information because I am a mercenary. If our services are required again, don't hesitate to reach out.
Of course, heroes are hard to find after all.
Which is a shame. Should be more, but we're more than happy to lend our services anytime.
Do what we can.
Sorry, I just keep having like little cramps.
If it's too painful tonight, we don't have to continue. We can pause, for real.
I would like a brief pause, yes, please.
Well, I mean, for the night. We can stop, because I know that's not going away quickly.
It's been fading very slowly. The problem is it's just taking a while.
All right, well, here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to call it, and we'll come back fresh next week.
That's good.
It's fine, hun. You're not having a good time. Okay.
This gives me a chance to come up with Calendria also giving her information on a little business card she's made out.
Yeah. Apologies, folks, for cutting it short, but health happens, and we